Paul Miskovsky of Miskovsky Landscaping. Hi, Paul.
Hi, that's actually Miskovsky, which is,
Miskovsky?
it's quite all right. How are you today?
Fine. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Hey, you want to tell us about Miskovsky Landscaping?
Sure. Miskovsky Landscaping is we're a design-build landscape company, and it's our 30th year in business. We build ponds, living spaces, outdoor rooms, waterfalls. You know, we do a lot of interesting work, and we do it primarily without blueprints or plans. We draw on the ground, we do layouts of how we're going to get there.
You're intuitively creative.
Intuitively creative, that's what's
How big is your operation then?
Well, we have more machinery than we have people. There's roughly a half a dozen of us, and we've got 12 machines and 7 trucks, and they're sort of all different sizes and shapes. So they, you know, if we're on a job site with anywhere from 2 to 4 machines, and there's a half a dozen people, you can do the work of many.
Is everybody intuitive? Or are you the
That's
only
not a
intuitive?
good business if they're all intuitive.
Well, I think they have to be somewhat intuitive in order to sort of follow the lead.
4 seasons?
Now we're about 3.5. Right now we're it's pretty slow with the snow on the ground.
So you're not snow removal?
Not really. It's not worth doing.
You're a green man.
Yeah, primarily, yeah. Green, I love the rocks.
Okay. I like rocks too. I can't lift them though.
Yeah, well, I have the machines to lift them.
How'd you get into this kind of business?
Well, I've been at this basically ever since I was a kid. I lost my dad early, and I was the oldest of 4, and at 14 my first job was cutting grass, and I sort of never looked back. I decided to go to college when I was about 23 to learn a little bit more about the nuts and bolts. I went to UMass Stockbridge in Amherst and studied commercial floriculture, which gave me a real inside look to the dynamics of plants and growing things in greenhouses and whatnot. So I love this.
Hindsight?
Hindsight, I'd do it again.
You didn't even think twice. You knew where I was going.
No, I love this business, and you have an opportunity to make a lot of people happy. And while last season I made a number of people unhappy because it was we had such lousy weather in the month of May, and that translated to some bad performances through the season. But hey, you can't win every time.
But Cape Codders, in general, their gardens are more important than, let's say, people in Boston. Wouldn't you say that's so?
Well, I think as a rule, I wouldn't say important, but I think that, given the fact that we have more space to work with here, and also the dynamic of the people that live here, they have the time to actually spend in their yards versus, a lot of the people that live up in the cities, they have less and less time because they're scrambling at their jobs. There's a lot of retired people here, and or people that are approaching retirement that are building their ultimately their retirement homes, so they're looking ahead, how we're going to live the rest of our lives, and that's where I get involved, is sort of looking at the big picture and how do you want to spend your time in your yard.